Good morning, Internet. This is Tom negotiating with Jesus. I better get started on my video. And today is going to be Tom Endgame. So the endgame for me, and I hear that squeaky sound of my strap, the leather or whatever this, dragging against the back of the guitar, squeaking a little. I'm going to tell you that I wrote songs. So I wrote songs, and that's endgame for me. So you have some kind of goal. To me, it could be, it's just being in the game. The end game is being in the game. And it can be playing songs that just are fun, that you love. So once you get to a chord level and rhythm, you get chords and rhythm, you can play songs, and that's a great place to land. And you can stay there your whole life and just love that you play. You're in the game. To me, I love covering songs, but one of the thoughts that gets stuck in your mind is, what if I could write a little poetic thing and put it to music, and I could be the creator, because we are in some ways creators. I watched a video the other day of a guy who said these 15 hard truths about music, and one of them was, you've got to practice. And one of them is, it'll be a grind. It'll be slow. It's not going to be, it's like watching a tree grow. It's not going to skyrocket. It's going to be long hours putting in time. And then one of the other truths was, nobody wants to hear your songs. Like, yeah, I can tell that's true. Nobody wants to hear my songs. But I think we're moving into a time when you will be able to find the people that want to hear your songs. Communities will form in this cold, dark world where we can huddle together and we can hear your song. So I think there's a lie embedded in that truth. I think, just like, who wants to hear a Paul McCartney song? Well, turns out everyone wants to. So you get a certain level and you can find your audience, and it's actually huge. And it's a time when it's available. So I have to do my practice yet. I did not. I was just thinking about this video. I'm just going to show that. So I've got 8 songs. So my end game is that I would have 8 songs that I do pretty well and that I could perform, and then I could develop a presentation. And it might be some talking, because obviously I talk in my presentations. So. And then music. Now, one of the problems that I'm still trying to overcome is people really want to hear a sweet voice, a voice that carries well, that is steady, that isn't pitchy. It's, American Idol or Britain's Got Talent, whatever it is, there's a goal, and it is to become a good player, to level up to being good. And it's even more, whatever the instrument people want to hear is voice. That is top of the line if you can sing. So my singing voice is going to be one of my obstacles. So this is a song, and here's a little riff, and whether I stole it or not, it's the thing I settled on. And I'll tell you one more little tidbit. One of the videos I saw said this about songwriting. Good songwriters don't throw songs away. They keep working on them and modifying and fixing them until they're a complete song that is as good as they can get. And then that's the presentation. So they'll tweak their songs. They won't throw them away. They'll think, oh, that line's still a little cheesy, and they'll keep thinking about it. Oh, that part is an exact copy of Inagata da Vida, or whatever. So, a little sloppy. My picking practice needs to be worked on. So that's my little intro. C, and then this F with an open E, so it's an F. Maybe is it a 6? I don't know. So I'm not playing the E string, or the E string is open. So it's an F. F6, I don't know, whatever it is. Because it's the E, so you count from F. E is the 6th in line. And then, no, it's a 7. Because 8 is back to F. So clearly I still have work to do on my music theory and understanding of sevenths, whatever it is, it is. So, and then I am over dramatic on my picking. I need to be more steady and deliberate. So I do a hammer on and a pull off. At the gate there's a man born blind as a stone. So I just picked a chord pattern. I had some lyrics in mind, and then I put it together, and then I stuck with it, and I altered whatever needed to be altered. Begging strangers is all he has ever known. Looking for a healer, can't see any other way. Praying for mercy to find him where he lay. Now, this isn't a performance where I'm in a studio and I can listen to my voice and figure out, this highest quality I can get to. It's me whisper singing in my bedroom at 5 a.m. because my daughter's sleeping in the other room. But part of what you need to do is figure out and listen to your own recorded voice and figure out, what do I need to do to get steady, to get strong. So you want your vocal to be nice and solid. You want it as good as it can be. And you can have any number of odd, reasonably poor singing, because Bob Dylan could sing and people accepted it. So to me, not a great vocalist. He does a couple songs where he really sings. A lot of songs are that very weird nasally structure that he uses to present music. So I do a verse, and then I do my little guitar riff. Two young girls are crying at a tune. D minor F. A minor. They lost their brother, now they'll walk home alone. D minor. They needed a healer to keep him from the grave. E minor. No, they prayed the hour came and would not be delayed. So that's a G and a G. Add, what is that? A C, which is what? It's a G4. Sus. Super useful. The sus chord. Sus4. And give me life and make me see just enough eternity that I might stay when it seems all hope is gone. Set the course and lay the plan. When I've done all that I can, I turn to Jesus, my hope all along. Then I go back to my intro. And I sing my next verse, my next chorus, and then I do a bridge. So that structure is the one I was raised in. It's the one I like. And the music that I want to present is just telling the stories that I think are very moving, and they're taken from scriptures, from the Bible. So I am Tom, negotiating with Jesus. I do have a kind of genre that I'm going into, and it's going to be acoustic, folk rock or something like that. That's something that you can do, potentially do by yourself you can accompany yourself. And then I have to level up to where the guitar playing is good enough that people will pay attention. and then my vocal has to be good enough that people will not be revolted, that disgust reflex. There is some truth to what the true, the good, the beautiful. People do want to hear something beautiful. And then the lyric has to be something that people can follow a story that's a good story. So all that is part of the songwriting. It's what we love about all songs. So that was just an idea of, I do think that people can write songs. I'm not any genius. I'm just some guy who learned music, and I'm kind of copying the style that I was raised in. And then the things that are in my soulishness, in my heart, I want to put them out. So it has to do with stories of brokenness and transformation and healing, and a happy ending, a good ending. And that's the thing I think that the human heart desires. So that's kind of where I'm aiming. If you disagree and want to do Ozzy songs and whatever thing you want to do, what am I going to say? Do what you want. So I got to do my practice, and then I got to my Molly Tuttle, Picking Discipline. F, G, A minor. So I'm doing triads, but using all the triads that I learned going up, I'm trying to do them localized. So the C shape that's done with an A shape, C that's done with an A. D minor, E minor, it's a D minor moved up. F, which is a D shape, whoops, D, E, F. A minor, back to the C, but C up a little. So we ended up at the C an octave up. So that's one of the things I do, and then I play my songs. So moving on, 13 minutes in, so long.